Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday, the 22nd of December. In today's Millwall news, we are going to tell you the Christmas opening hours for the ticket office and the Lion store down at Millwall. And this is what we've got here. This is the ticket office opening hours, Friday the 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. But remember, they are not selling Watford tickets. Watford tickets have gone off sale already. Why? I don't know. But that's how they're doing it. And they sold 1,636. This is from Millwall tickets on Twitter. That's what they sold. So that's how many people will be going off to Watford on Boxing Day morning. That's all she wrote. I believe we had 1,996. So just short of selling all the tickets we got given. So I don't know what you can do on tomorrow, 23rd. Probably buy a ticket for Bristol City home game, buy a half season ticket, buy a ticket for away games, the Middlesbrough game. But yeah, you cannot buy a Watford ticket. And it's going to be closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the 27th, which is a Tuesday. Closed on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 10 a.m. to kick off and then open after the game. Closed on the 2nd January, and then resumes normal hours on the 3rd of January. So that's the ticket office opening hours. And for the Lion store, newly reopened, on the 23rd they're open 9 to 5. Christmas Eve they are open 10 to 1 p.m. Christmas Day closed, Boxing Day closed, 27th closed, 28th open, 29th obviously game day, Bristol City home game, closed on New Year's Eve and closed on the 2nd of January. So there you go, there's your opening hours for Millwall Football Club this Christmas. So moving on now to the stories. This is from southwarknews.co.uk. We don't have a festive period. Millwall boss reveals altered preparations for Boxing Day clash. The Lions will travel to Watford on the evening of Christmas Day ahead of their midday kick-off. That's interesting. So, wow. So they're taking it seriously. I mean, it's only at Watford. I doubt there'll be much traffic on Boxing Day morning, but yeah, they're going to be staying in a hotel in the Watford area on Christmas Day night, and then on Boxing Day, they're going to go out and try and win that game. Taking it very seriously for a game just down the road. That's kind of impressive. Millwall manager Gary Rowett, not the Grinch, Gary Rowett, set out his schedule for first team players as they prepare to face Watford on Boxing Day. Now here's the thing, now maybe this is what Gary Rowett's doing, but are the players happy about that? They might be a bit pissed off with this. I don't know how it normally works, but I'm sure they were probably thinking, why are we staying overnight for fucking Watford? Like, what? But what can you do? I mean, if maybe he offers an incentive if they win the game. Okay, if you win this game and then you get some kind of day off further down the line or something. I don't know. The Lions were due to travel to Kenilworth Road on December 18th, but the game was called off with 2 days' notice because of the adverse weather forecast. As a result, they played a training match at Kenilworth Road over the weekend to replicate the postponed fixture. Oh. Mill's senior squad will train as normal up until Christmas Day, when their preparations will be slightly halted ahead of their trip to Vicarage Road for a midday kick-off the next day. We'll meet up and travel in the evening rather than in the morning, Rowett told News at then. That's probably the only difference, the only thing that would change. We usually do a little bit of light work and then head to. It's it's not massively different. It just means we'll try and give them Christmas morning with their kids and families. As we know, unfortunately, we're not like the rest of the world. We don't have a festive period. It's more business for us and more games. It's quite a busy period. I think players get used to it and staff get used to it. So it's not massively different. The Lions will face 3 games in just 6 days next week as they host Bristol City and Rotherham United on December the 29th and January the 1st, respectively. So that's not too bad then. 2 home games, 1 away game, which is in Watford, even though we are there the night before. But that's not too bad. Now, moving on to this, also from Southern News. In fact, all 3 stories today are from the southernnews.co.uk. Midfielder impressed by new signings, Millwall shine a spotlight on youngsters. George Saville believes that the Lions Academy players have what it takes to step up and feature in the Championship in the future. George Saville has been impressed by new arrival Idoma Maku after the youngster completed his first training sessions with Millwall. Maku, 19, joined the Lions from Irish champions Shamrock Rovers last week, with his move set to be made official on January 1st, 2023. The forward has already been able to take part in some training sessions with the senior squad, although he will initially join up with the under-23s. Under-21s, it's under-21s. He said under-23s in his interview, but it's under-21s. The midfielder Saville admitted that he likes what he's seen from Maku in his short time in South London so far. He's young and enthusiastic, which is good to have, he told News. He's another attacking player, and we've seen some good stuff in there. He's fast, he can shoot a ball. In 1v1 areas, you really feel like he can do something, which is something that we need, and I'm sure he'll be good for us. Maku's new teammates include the likes of Abdul Malik, Seb Droz, Romain Esse, all of whom have impressed at academy level and are expected to make the step up to the senior team in the near future. Saville believes that this is crucial for Millwall's long-term success as they try to find the low-budget method of breaking into the Premier League. For me, it's always good to have that balance in the squad. You've got experienced lads in there, but a bit of youth as well. I feel like we've got a good balance. You've got older boys like myself and Coops, not saying that we're old, but in terms of game time and experience, we've been a nice blend. And you've got Billy and Danny Mack, who are standout academy products. You've got those boys like Tyler and Romain coming in now, which is good. Hopefully they can work hard, get themselves in the team, and show why they should be with us. Indeed. So, George Saville there on the U. Moving on now to the final story of today's video. Also, as I said, from southernnews.co.uk. Millwall boss contemplates international signings after summer success. The Lions will be looking to add 1 or 2 new players to the squad next month. Gary Rowett has refused to rule out bringing in players from abroad in the upcoming January transfer window. Millwall are not known for recruiting from foreign leagues, despite bringing in Zion Fleming and Andres Vogelsammer from the Netherlands and Germany, respectively. Fleming has undoubtedly become the Lions' talisman since arriving from Fortuna Sittard back in June, while fans are starting to see the best from Vogelsammer after his move from Union Berlin back in August. As a result of their success, Rowett is keen to explore the international market further, adding that his side could look to use it once the window reopens next month. I think every window is tricky because you've got to do a lot of work and a lot of diligence to get to the point where you want to sign any player, let alone players from abroad where it's not quite so easy to go see them on a regular basis, he told Music. You want a balance. I think Zion and Voggy have brought us really nice balance along with the other players that we've signed, the likes of George Hallinan, Stolesy, Shax and Cressy. We've had a lot of different players come in that have given us a lot of different attributes, but I think some of the players like Zion and Voggy have been brought up in a different way tactically. They're slightly different technically. They have a different approach to training. I think that's good. We've seen how that works with 2 players, and I think it's encouraged us to look further. I've always said that in a club like Millwall can never be in a position where we're saying we only want to sign British players. We want to sign the best type of player for our style of play and our philosophy. For us, that net has to be cast as wide as we can. Despite this, Rowett is adamant that Millwall will only sign players that fit what the club want to achieve, regardless of whether they arrive from another English club or from abroad. The Lions have already been linked with moves for Hibernian's Ryan Porteous and Crystal Palace's Yezurun Raksaki, currently on loan at Charlton Flick, after agreeing a deal for Idomu Maku to move to the Den from Shamrock Rovers. I think the biggest thing for me is we want players that can play with the same hunger, drive and determination that our fans want, and that will be synonymous with the best Millwall players of the past, Rowett added. There have been a lot of top Millwall players that have technical quality as well, and I think it's always hard for us to find that balance. At a club like Millwall, that's usually a trade-off somewhere, because we're not going to be able to go out and spend sums to get that really big player. There's always a trade-off. Certainly with the two players we brought in, that trade-off is less, and that gives you better options for the game. But for every Flem Boggy, you need two other different types of players to balance the team. There's no way to say that that's the best, because with a team with those players, you might not be as effective. But if you had a team with a certain type of play, you might also not be effective. It's just finding that balance and those little nuances of what makes a good team and a good fit. You just try to keep putting that jigsaw together and add little bits every window. Indeed, well, in terms of two foreigners, as it would be said, I think it's quite clear. It's not that they're foreign, it's that Zion Fleming has been outstanding. He should be. He is our most expensive signing in our history. And that should be, unlike what you see in this country, where when you spend money on a player, it doesn't basically do jack shit. You're just spending money because this country is got a lot of money in the game. Money's flowing all over the shop, and the prices are crazy. Especially when they put the restrictions on the players about certain number of players have to be British born and stuff, so that pumps the value up. But when we go out and sign this geezer, Zion Fleming, 1.7 million, record club signing, and he's been outstanding. Bogusama, not as good, but that's what it is. Like, the reason why he costs so much is because he's quality, and that's what it is. And here's the thing, like I said, we could go abroad and you bring in players, and you should be getting much better value for money. That's why a lot of clubs look abroad, because for the money that you're paying out, you get a better class of football player and person. And I think they seem a bit more mature. To be honest, you look at Zion Fleming; he's like 23. He doesn't look it. He looks a lot older than that. And the way he acts, clearly in public, he's not a man child. Which is when you look around at footballers in this country, or just in general, men in their early 20s, they're just big children. Like, it's kind of weird to see. And when you go and sign Zion Fleming, he's not a child. He's a grown man, and that's what you paid your money. You got the quality, and that's it. That's and unfortunately we don't have the money. We can't be doing this every transfer window or every summer. We can't be spending 2 million on one player. We need to find a way. We need to duck and dive and find the hidden gems that are a bit cheaper, and can come through and do something for us. So they don't have to be Zion Fleming. Like, if we need a certain type of, like, Jimmy Abdu, how much did he cost? He didn't cost a lot of money. How many games he play? And the way that he played, the role that he had in the club. So it's not all about like superstar goal scoring Dutch midfielders. We just need a few. Well, we do actually need a striker actually, but and on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.